Hi, FireCreeper here. I hope everybody's having a good week. I've been having a mediocre one. It hasn't been all bad. I was originally wanting to play HoloCure, and then I remembered what happened last time, and yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Last time, the game just it was able to stream just fine, but the game itself, when I started streaming, just failed, which kind of sucks. But oh well. Wait, no, this is a rectangle. Shoot, I'm too used to drawing in a square. Yeah. Wait, I don't know what I want to draw today. Like, I wanted to do something, but I didn't want it to be Terraria. Okay, because I'm basically trying to cut down on Terraria streams, yeah? So I'm probably going to have more art streams. But I didn't want to do Yumi Nikki, because, like, the last stream that wasn't Terraria was Yumi Nikki, if that makes sense. So, I was like, we'll just do art! When in doubt, art. But actually, next week's gonna be Terrarium. So, that's what I intend to do. I don't know, maybe the world's gonna just explode or implode, both work. The destruction of the world. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not fully here. Like, okay, I woke up an hour before I'm supposed to stream, and then I was like, cool, I'm awake, kind of, cause like, so last night I had a great sleep, which means I was out cold, which means when I woke up, I needed more than an hour to wake up. So, you're gonna get half awake fire today. Yeah, I mean, like, it's like the kind of sleep that you get after you take like a super duper long trip, and you get home and you go into your bed and you're just out cold. Like, no one in the world is gonna wake you up. Okay? Like, it's one of those kind of sleeps. And when you do wake up, you need a lot of time to be able to wake up. So that was my sleep. It was really great. I loved it. But I also needed time to wake up. Needed a little bit more than an hour. It's all good. I'm here. I'm doing art. Today's Wednesday. By the way, okay. So the reason why I don't like this, my week isn't like the best it could possibly ever be. It's cause my Monday and Tuesday, oh my goodness, especially Monday, it felt so long. Like, time-wise, it just was a freaking massive amount of length it felt. Like, it was still a 24-hour day, you know? But, like, Cause like, so there's a convention this weekend. If you happen to find me and recognize me, don't be afraid to stop by and say hi. Anyways, but I'm trying to like get these prints and stuff. But I really need to get the prints ordered in the first place. So there's a place local to me. They do a really good job. And like they like I sent them an email and then it felt like forever before they replied. It was only like I want to say an hour after their workday began. And then yeah, it just felt long. And then I accidentally missed my brother's bus because I have to I have to help my brother, technically help him get off the bus, aka I just need to stand out in the sun and they'll let him off the bus, wave hi, whatever. So but basically like but I missed the bus the first time because I was busy doing something else. And yeah, I was a little disappointed, but my dad, he called me, like, so the bus is coming in the background, and I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, that wasn't his bus, and I'm like, okay, so I just got worried over nothing. And then later, yesterday, I learned it was his bus. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm still a disappointment. Oops. Yeah. Yesterday was a day. Monday was a day. And I've been in pain. Nothing that's gonna, like, kill me. Really, it's just, like, a discomfort. You know when you have, like when you get a super bad bug bite, okay? And it itches, right? But you know you shouldn't itch it. So you don't. And then the itch just gets worse and worse. And as that happens, I'm gonna draw a mimic. Like, it just starts becoming painful and uncomfortable. That's what it feels. That's the kind of pain I'm in. It's that uncomfortable kind of pain. It's not gonna kill me, but like it's just a discomfort. I'm gonna draw a mimic girl. Mimics. I don't know why I have such a weird obsession with mimics. Oh, so I've been playing with a new brush as of recent. You probably would have noticed on my thumbnails, but I want to grab it near later. Hold on. I want to show it to you guys. Let me show it. Come on. So it's a paintbrush. So I don't want that much, but I've been using it to do stuffs. So I draw shape because it blends. So let me do this. See? It blends. It does blendy stuff. And then it's probably like like a paintbrush every artist uses. Every digital painter, I guess you could say, uses basically some variant of it. But like because of how I like to draw, I haven't used it very much, but I've actually been really liking using it. So yeah, and you could do you can do fun stuffs, and it blends all together, all nice and neatly, and I like the look. If you couldn't tell, look at that. There we go. Haha! It's a rock. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen Over the Garden Wall. It's like, and that's a rock fact! Stupid Gregory. Because he stole a rock! But yeah, look. It's a fun brush, and I've been using it. Because I can. And I have it. And I've drawn some pretty cool stuffs with it. Let me get back to making my thingamabobber. My mimic girl, question mark. I don't know. I'm here. I'm kind of alive, I think. I don't know. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Every time I go out to stream, I'm like, okay, I'm tired. But let's stream. Because for me, the streaming at the time I do stream is early. But like, I have to do stuff in the morning. So I'm like, well, I'll get used to it eventually, and I do. But like, doesn't change that, like, you know, it's early for me. But I have resigned myself to the fact that if I want to get anything done, I do have to be up early. Or else I'll just sleep until... I don't like those thighs. Sleep until, I don't know, the next year comes by. Yeah. You know, every time I'm like, okay, I want to get a new computer. Okay? Like, don't get me wrong, this computer does the job, does the trick. And I am very happy with it 99% of the time. The other 1% is when I'm like, oh, I want to do this one thing. Oh, it looks like utter dog crap. Like, it's a something. Cause like, you know, when you have a mediocre computer, cause this isn't a bad computer. Okay. And the computer I am using is technically a laptop. Which is why I only have one screen. Yeah. I might want to fix that sometime in the future. Get a second screen. And like my friends have all seen my setup and they're like, Fire, you need a better computer. I'm like, yeah, I know. But this is the one I got. So FYI, so, okay, I have a housemate. And he's like, okay, I want to get into stream. I'm like, okay. Well, first, get a computer. Not off of Amazon. And don't get me wrong, Amazon computers can be good. First thing he does, gets a computer off of Amazon. I'm like, dude. I'm like, okay. Well, since you have this, I don't like this. I'm like, well, since you have that computer now, let me take a look at it. I take a look at it, cause he got it, cause it was like cause it came with monitors, specific for the computer. Okay. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, I took a look at the hardware and stuff. Be like, so, buddy pal friend of mine, it doesn't have an HDMI port. It's like, it doesn't have an HDMI port? I'm like, no. It's like, well, that should be fine. I'm like, friend, dude, human. You can't use, because he got this thing to where you plug in to where you can just basically screen record your consoles. And that requires HDMI. I'm like, you can't use that. He's like, okay. I'm like, it doesn't seem like you're getting the grasp of this. You can't use that. You can't use it. And it has exactly one USB port. And how it's designed in such a way where it's supposed to look cool and sleek, but like it's just like, because of that, because of how it's trying to look, it can't actually have all of the ports and stuff. So it has like two. And I'm like, this is why you don't get it off of Amazon. This is why you read. It's like, how was I supposed to? I'm like, you're supposed to read it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, next time you buy a computer, consult me or this other friend. It's like, okay. I love it when people act like they hear me and then don't actually heed my words. I freaking love it. I absolutely hate it. It is like, the antithesis of my being. Especially if somebody were to ask. Ooh, so there was this incident in high school. Okay. And so high school, junior, senior year, I was bored. Anyways, I was asked because my class was gonna go on a trip to Utah. I used to live in Utah. So they were gonna go on a trip there. They're like, hey, Fire, since you've been to Utah so much. They didn't really know I lived there, but they knew I'd been there a lot. What are some fun things we could do in Utah? Because they wanted to go to Lagoon. But because of how Lagoon works, so Lagoon, it could be freaking winter. You could call them, make a reservation to go. And they'll say, yeah, sure, just pay us now, come in, get your tickets, yada yada. See, Lagoon does that because they have a no refund policy. Yet can't refund money at all. Especially if you pay in advance. So it could be winter, there could be a blizzard the next day. Okay? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. Bye. They'll be like, yeah, sure. We'll take your money and we'll be like, you can come here and enjoy our rides. Because they have a no refund policy. And I'm like, hello, Dark Lord, I'm in the, I was talking about, so I'm gonna continue with story. You'll figure it out, hopefully. Anyways, so, Lagoon, so my class, they're like, okay, since you used to live in Utah, can you tell us some other fun things? Because we have the extra money. Because, your class is fun. In my school, the classes have to fund their own money if they want to go out and do fun things. I just say that's standard, I don't know. But I was like, okay, here's a couple of suggestions. Like, there's like a laser lights show in Lagoon, not Lagoon, in Utah. I highly suggest it. FYI, if anybody ever goes to Utah, there's a laser light show, at this planetarium. It's really cool. Anyways, I suggest that. I suggest a couple of other places. I forgot what. But that was like the main thing I suggested, yeah? And then I even wrote down on a piece of paper what kind of shows there are, how much they cost per person. And my class is like, okay, cool. They take the paper, they look at it, and they don't even consider it. They don't even thank me. And I'm like, okay. Love you too, guys. Yeah. Gotta love classes. But that was high school. Life isn't like that now. That is a garbage can. Anyways, sorry to ignore you first time a little bit, Dark Lord Jad. I was in the middle of speaking, and I really didn't want to stop. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. These legs are not leggy. I'm not messing up at all. Mistakes are for the weak. Oh yeah. I have a couple of stories from high school. Well, I mean, in my opinion, I think most of them are boring, but what do I know? Okay. I mean, like, freshman year was actually, like, the best year for me. To have a good high school experience. I don't know what I'm doing with... Stupid hand. I'm gonna draw your face, your head. I don't know. I'm arting. I'm doing things. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But, yeah. Yeah. But luckily, college is working out better for me. I think that's like most people's experience, though. It's like, high school sucks. College is way better. Yesterday I was having a pretty good art day. Because I was drawing, a thumbnail for next week. And also today. I was drawing today's thumbnail yesterday, too. While I was finishing up. I had the sketch drawn out and stuff, like, earlier. I just had to finish coloring and inking and stuff. And what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah. I need a drink of not water. Drinking apple juice. Grabbed one of my water bottles, grabbed the little bit of apple juice that was left and poured it in. Because I woke up, sat around, debated whether or not I wanted to get out of bed, remembered I had a stream, and then went up to the kitchen and grabbed some Pop-Tarts, called it a breakfast, and then some apple juice. Though we had orange juice. I like orange juice way better. I don't... Which one do you guys think is better, apple or orange juice, chat? Both are good. I remember I was talking to one of my friends. I said AJ, and he was so offended. It's kind of funny. But he was like super offended that I would dare say AJ. What if I do this? Control C, Control V, select transform, flip. No, flip. Put the thumbs on the wrong hand. Okay. That failed. I wish I could have just copied and pasted it. But, yeah. I love orange juice, but I'm like, the apple juice is almost gone. I might as well just take what's left of it. So. What am I... Some days, I wish I could have a good art day 2 days in a row. That was... yeah. The art days, they're weird. They are weird. Oh, so I want to tell this story. I'm a bit everywhere today. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so Monday night, I guess. I struggled to sleep because of pain. But second, I took so I have headache medicine, but it's also good as a general painkiller. And the thing is, it has caffeine in it. I took it at night. Oh, fine. Which is fine. And then, because of that, I couldn't sleep. I just struggled to sleep. So, what I decided to do instead was, sit down, turn on my PS4, and I started playing Mordhau. Now, Mordhau is a first-person game, if you don't know. And you're kind of medieval knights, swords, armor, shields, that kind of stuff. I walk around with a rusty shovel. But anyways, I boot up Mordhau, and I'm like, well, since I can't sleep, I'm gonna beat the crap out of things with a rusty shovel. That was absolutely great. Because, like, Mordhau's also super bloody. And I'm like, this is very calming. I was able to get to sleep at some point in time. I don't remember when. I need to do something about this other hand, and I don't know what to do, and she has no hand. The hand's a lie. Want to get... Okay, I've been in this mood to give animal ears to a something. Hold on, what if I do? What if I do? What if I do? Take these animal ears. I don't know if you guys ever had this. Whilst doing the arts, is like you're drawing something and you're like, it absolutely, whatever it is that I am going to draw has to have this one thing. Like, for some reason you're like dead set on it. That's kind of like me in animal features right now. I'm just feeling a little dead set on it. I don't know. Makes no sense to me. Maybe I could draw Fubuki. You know, so Fubuki is I'm talking about Hololive's Fubuki. She actually is the person who actually technically introduced me to Hololive. I was in like high school. I actually didn't. I mean, I liked the clips I saw. And this was before EN came out. And then I was like these clips, but I can't sit down and watch a stream because I don't understand Japanese. I've been kind of working on my Japanese, but I don't really have a solid way to learn because, like, I don't have anyone around me who just speaks it. And Like, I only have so much time, you know? So, I mean, I can make time. I probably could make time. I just have to get up and do something. Get up and do something with my life. Nah, I have a life. I've actually been doing what I think is a lot of things, especially for someone of my age. No, I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard the song Salamander. It's a Vocaloid song. The character's in a similar pose like this. Just realized I could. I just kind of realized I did that. Oops. It's fine. I need to do something about this hand. Hold on. If I do, there we go. She has a hand. Okay. Let's make a proper hand. She can really hand it to you. Stupid joke is stupid. I hate hands. I know I've said this before, but I hate hands. Just one of those things. Just... Maybe this is the thing that'll wake me up. No, I don't want it like that. I want it like claws, hand, claws, hand. Claws, hands, claws, hands, hand, claws. Claws of the hands that are claws, hands, hands, claws, claws, hand, hands. I hope this works. I hope I can make this look pretty. I don't know what I'm drawing. It has ears and hands. Ears and hands. So the other day, I managed to order my prints for the upcoming convention, and transform, and I get a phone call from the people I ordered, which is normal. Oh, and so they're like, okay, can you add like bleed and stuff? And I'm like, no. I really need these before Saturday. It's fine if there's a paper, there's some white on the border. I just need these by Saturday. The gal's like, okay, think we can arrange that. I felt a little bad though, cause like, I emailed them, and actually twice, and a phone call. But like, by the time I emailed them the second time, I felt like I was annoying them. Because I'm like, well, they probably also, have other people. But I'm like, I really, really just want the printed prints. Dang it. So, like, I was like, I really want these prints. And so, felt a little bad when I emailed them a second time. Well, I guess I technically emailed them 3 times. Okay, so you know how websites, when they're like a place where you can order stuff, and they have like the contact us page, and it has like this little box where you put in your email and stuff. I really, really don't like those. Like, I really don't like them. 'Cause like, it feels like your email is going nowhere. Like it is most definitely, it's most definitely going somewhere, okay? But like, to me, it feels like it's not getting anywhere. Like, no one's receiving it. It just feels like it's gonna be go into a spam folder and like no one's ever gonna see it ever again. That's what it feels like every single time. Their website had one of those, and I'm like, but they also had a number right next to it. So, but like, I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys ever feel the same way about websites with us, with like the contact us, and it's just like this box, and it's like email here, name here, whatever you want here. It's like, just, my pain and agony. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, can you not do that? Don't know what kind of hair I'm doing for you. Leave her bald. Nah, I'm not gonna leave her bald. That's a bad idea. I don't know what I want to do for her face. Ah. Like that meme. The Vine. How many of you guys were around? I mean, granted, a lot of people were around when Vine came out. But like, I remember Vine. You know, I actually have a friend. And I'm like, oh yeah, Vine. And she's like, Vine? What's Vine? And I'm like, you don't know Vine? And I'm like, it's the TikTok that came out before TikTok. And it's way shorter form, usually. Like, okay, there are some TikToks that are, for short form video, pretty long. As a personal critique of the site itself, so, like, some quote unquote the short form stuff ain't short form. Like, anyways, not like Vine was much better. But my brother, he had Vine. I didn't. But I remember when he had Vine. I should probably do this. Oh golly. Oh boy. Select mesh transform. Let's increase this to 5. Okay. But like, yeah. My brother, he had a Vine. He never made Vines. But he had the app. Jeez. I can English, I swear. English. Okay. Need to erase this. Do that. And actually I can do I love it when I flip my image and it looks like crap. It's just if I want these muscles to be working like this, it has to be like this. Just, I mean, the flip function, I love it. It's great. But it also makes you realize how many mistakes you just made. Yeah. Okay. 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 We're gonna do this, and then draw everything else on top. Golly, it's only been half an hour. Only half an hour. And I'm already just... Today's probably gonna be another long day. Actually, no, today's probably actually gonna be feeling pretty short. Because, I have chores to do. Who would have thunk? The adult has to adult. Could do... I do that hairstyle. Like... Hi. Would you like to watch me draw, cat? Would you like to say hello? Come over here. I love you. Your breath smells horrible. Yes. Adorable. You get a hug. That was kind of sad. Meow. Okay. I'll leave you alone. You go enjoy your cat things, as long as you don't kill your brother. Yeah, I got 2 cats. They're adorable. And one's always really loud. And the other, he demands attention all the time. It is a combo. I mean, like, they both demand attention, but, like, one of them, like, he just yells at you, and then when you pick him up, he yells at you more and then tries to escape your hands. 1, 2, 3. I want to do 9. Oh. 4. Okay. Do this. It's like a 9 tails without 9 tails. Tails the fox. I used to be a big fan of Sonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'll be fine. Like, Sonic was my jam. when Sonic was... When I had a Wii, when I would hijack my dad's computer, I would play Sonic. I really liked Sonic. And then my friends, not my friends, my cousins, they have a Sonic... Oh, it's the werewolf one. Sonic Unleashed. That's what it was. With the werehedgehog, werewolf hedgehog. Like, I remember, I'd be like, hey, I want to play Sonic Unleashed. They'd be like, go away, nerd. Not all of them. But at the time, I was pretty young. So, most of my cousins, they didn't actually like spending time with me. Because, you know, nobody wants to spend time with the little kid. So, and yeah, I had one cousin who I'd hang out with a lot. And sometimes I found him a little annoying. And he was sometimes a little unwilling to bend things in lore, like Greek and mythology lore. Like, I remember one time we were just role playing, and like, I was like, I want to be the god of death, and he's like, the god of death's man, and I'm like, And literally my reaction, like, I careth not. And then he actually got quite angry about that. Oops. Yeah. Little unwilling to use imagination. I swear I run into a lot of people like that, actually. Just unimaginative people. But I also come from, like, a very imaginative family. Like, my dad, he doesn't draw as much now. But he does do the arts. And, like, which I approve. So, to me, everyone else is, I want this character to have an undercut. So we could do, okay. So to me, a lot of everyone else is unimaginative, but also plenty enough. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But yeah. I don't know where he is now. Or what he's doing. And I care a little. But everyone has their own lives. I don't need to know what everyone is doing in what all my family members are doing. Though actually recently, I've been getting, I was always the baby. The wee little baby of my family. Okay? I was just the youngest until one of my aunts decided to have more children. I was one of the youngest. So, like, I live in life. But, which meant, like, most of my cousins didn't really want to interact much with me because, they were way older. Like, the next cousin that was closest in age to me was 5 years. Okay. Which is a pretty big gap. Okay. So, none of them really wanted to interact with the child. And I can't really blame them. So, it's like, okay. Let's see, what color should I give it? But, one of my cousins, she and I have been getting closer cousins because she likes the same genre of anime and manga I do, because she's been getting into that. It makes me super excited. And so, sadly, at least my cousins, live in a place that's very, very conservative. And I've also lived in a place that's very conservative. But, like, yeah. Anyways, like, so, and my favorite genre of manga is Yuri. Okay? Look it up if you don't know. Anyways, like, because of that, it's actually kind of funny when I meet up with her, because my aunt and uncle, this particular aunt and uncle, because they don't know manga or anime that much, they're like, Yuri, okay, we don't know what that is. Anyways, they seem to enjoy it. Whatever, we'll just let them enjoy talking about it. So it's hilarious when we are talking about it. Because, you know, they don't know, they don't understand. And it's great. I love it. So, and it's always always a blast. So, I love my cousins. They're great. Some of them I just love a little more. That is a horrible thing to say. But all my family is great. Let's see. This is gonna be more or less kind of like this because it's gonna be like ramp, ramp, ramp. Okay. And the top one. There we go. Wait, then that implies that's not fabric. Sorry, I gotta figure out how I want to do this sleeve. Can do that. So this can rest more naturally on her arm. Look at me go! Wow! As I draw stuff and I don't know what I'm drawing. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Here we go. And have that pulled down a bit. There. I don't know. But, yeah. It's a great genre of manga. It's one of my favorites. Along with comedy and action. I haven't been much of a romance buff. Don't get me wrong, I love Bloom Into You. Okay, I think it's a great story. It is well told. It is written greatly. And the anime, we really should have a second season. Never gonna happen. But, I love Bloom Into You. Don't get me wrong. But, my main catalog of anime would fit under another genre? Not because it's not Yuri, it is. Licorice Recoil. That anime very much deserves a Yuri talk. Okay? But, it's also action. You got girls with guns. It's an action anime. And, which is kind of sad, but, most, Yuri titles that I have seen that have been animeified, their first title is actually under something else, or they don't even have the Yuri title on the anime at all. There's plenty of I don't know, Gundam, which from Mercury, it's just action, robots in action, okay? It's not. I don't think it's currently labeled. I mean, it very much is, but currently is labeled as Yuri. If you go onto my anime list, I don't think the tag is on there. I'm not quite too sure. I haven't checked. I only really go to my anime list to see what anime is coming up, and so I don't actually know. So someone else can check that for me if they feel like it. But my point still stands. And Madoka Magica, I love Madoka Magica. like, is my #1 favorite anime of all freaking time. Does not have a Yuri tag. Okay. It has magical girl tag, which I think all magical girl tags are just code name for Yuri. I'm joking, but like, am I wrong though? I mean, yeah, but still. But to me, it's hilarious to be able to talk about, specifically Yuri so openly in a very conservative area. If I'm around people who don't know what it is. So, I should put a design on here. I can go with a, let's see. Okay. Because I'm like, I already obsess over fire enough. I don't need more characters to be fire themed. I guess I kind of obsess over it. I don't think I obsess over it that much. Like, I may be like a fire themed character and all, but like, not everything I include. More things I include that I have are more horror themed. So there is that, but not everything is really fire themed, which may come as a complete and utter shock to some people. I don't know who, but somebody will be shocked somewhere along the line. I don't know. But yeah, not everything I do is fire themed. Granted, a lot of it is, but not everything. So, and yeah. But I think that kind of has to be on theme for me. Like most. Okay, I feel like most things I make, at least on this channel, has to be fire themed because I am FireCreeper. Fire. Because me as fire is fire themed. So, but yeah, I'm just right now YouTube is kind of a hobby. Like, I love and spent a lot of time on YouTube. Like, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. Okay? And like when I'm doing chores, I have YouTube on in the background. When I'm doing art, I have YouTube on in the background. When I'm playing games, I have YouTube on in the background. Which I think is fine. YouTube is entertainment. It's supposed to be entertainment. But like, and now I also stream, so that is for sure about 2 to 3 hours of my time on YouTube, even more. So, just like, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. It's kind of like my home at this point. A home away from home, you could say, even though I'm at home when I'm on YouTube. Like, so it's a little place I go. You know, if I'm having a bad day, I usually end up going to YouTube. 'Cause YouTube has creators I like watching. So, it'll brighten up my day. Not like I get bad days that often. However, when they do happen, they're not usually that bad. I know a couple of tips and tricks you could say to like forget about something. Some time wasting techniques you could say. I actually greatly pride myself on how to waste time. As an FYI. Like, if you ask me some great ways to waste times, I can tell you great ways to waste time. Suddenly you're a volunteer for everything? Yeah. But, like, I remember there was one time in high school. I was kind of a butt in high school, especially in math class. Yeah, but like I got a good enough grade in math. It's actually kind of funny. I'm actually pretty good at math, especially higher level math. And like just like so what would happen in math class is that I'd draw in the middle of class. I wouldn't even attempt to hide it. I just would draw in class. And like the teacher would try so hard. I kind of feel bad for her, but it's also in a roundabout way super funny. Maybe this just means I'm evil. But she tries so hard. So very hard to get me to stop drawing in the middle of math class. And this wasn't just one or two teachers. It was like every single math teacher I've ever had. Except for one. Because she was also an artist. There was only one math teacher who attempted once. She tried to make a point out of paying attention in class. So what she did was she put on this math video. And she caught me drawing, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, to see if I understood the concept, she asked me to do a math question, complete this math problem on the board. And everybody's like, ooh, fire got called up. And like one of them. Okay, so I get called up to the board to do this math question because I wasn't paying attention, quote unquote. And so, I get called up and I complete the problem perfectly. Because to me, math is difficult to pay attention to. I struggle to pay attention to math. Like, I just found almost every single time it has been taught to me, it is the most boring thing in the whole wide world. Like, I just can't. I have to be doing something. Okay? Anyways, I completed this question, perfectly. Then one of these students, he wasn't paying attention. Because he's like, this is why you need to pay attention in math class. And I'm like, dude, I just completed this problem without any errors. It's like, that was confusing. And I also wanted to punch him. He's like, one of those kids in your class, you're in high school or middle school, who just has to make a jab out of somebody sometime every day. Like, it's just one of those people, okay, who are like, I need to make a jab out of you. Like, there is no rhyme or reason as to why, they just do it. Okay, he was one of those kids. And like, I just went back to where I was drawing and kept drawing. I was never pestered again by that teacher to stop drawing in the middle of class. I mean, like, and I did good on tests, so like, the teachers couldn't even get on to me about like doing badly on tests, and that's why I need to stop drawing in the middle of class. But like, I did do bad on tests, so they couldn't be like, hey, Fire, stop drawing, you're doing really bad on your tests. No, they couldn't do that, because I did good on my tests. I was a nuisance to math teachers. I did this to every single math teacher. Minus when I was in elementary school. I was a nuisance. Like, yeah. That was a great a great time of my life. Yeah, actually I didn't mind math class that much. I enjoyed it. For me it was basically an art class, but I mean, there is technically math in art. Fun fact, or fun unfact if you, or unfun fact, fun unfact, oh my goodness. But, like, you know, just math. It's, I mean, I think it's necessary, but only a certain level of it. You don't need to know how, you don't need to know trigonometry. You don't need to know pre-cal, unless you are going into fields that explicitly require you to know those kinds of things. Okay? Like an engineer. Okay? Like, the general public don't need to know higher level math. Like, it is not a need to know things like calculus, trig, you know, to know those things. Like, the general public doesn't have a need for that. What you need to know is the order of operations. Okay. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And that's about it. Okay. If you don't know, nope, please excuse me, dear Aunt Sally. You just need to know this. You gotta follow it in order, okay? Got parentheses, exponents. Now we're just gonna do this. No. X, Y. There we go. Multiplication, division, adding, and then subtraction. I mean, these two can be swapped. Depends on which one you encounter first. But this is the only thing the general public needs to know. This. Because you'll get plenty of stuff in life where you have to do that kind of math. It's simple, it's easy. But you don't need to know secant, cosecant, tangent. You don't need to know that. Like, if you're being taught it, pay attention. but as like a general public standard, you're probably not actually going to use that. Okay? The only time you're going to use that is actually in school. Cause like, you're being taught it in school. So, of course, you're going to use it there. You're going to be using it in the place where you're getting taught it. It just makes sense. If I am being taught how to draw a specific something, I am expected to use to draw that specific something at some point in time. It just makes sense. So outside of where you're being taught, whatever it is, like, especially with math, using higher level math only if you're like an engineer, technician, what have you, something that literally requires you to have it. So, but I don't know. I'm just some weird artist on the internet and gamer. Yeah. I mean, and that's like, yeah. I don't know, there's just some things that just don't make sense. Because, like, why do we teach our children this? Because, like, unlike English, like, well, what I should say is literature class. ELA. I just call it English because that's what we all, at least everyone at my school, just call it English class. You're not learning English. You're learning certain you're learning literature. My literature class. Church. Hold on. I need to do something. I have to take a look. Yeah. But like literature, you use it everywhere. Business, whatever. I don't want to download it. I just want to look at it. Sorry. I got an email that is super duper important for me. Wow. Anyways. But like literature, you use that everywhere you go. You're always using literature somewhere. Because, emails, talking, whatever. Okay. And so it's just one of those things that like everybody uses. Like, no matter who you are or where you are, like, literature is important. And high level literature, super important. In my opinion. Because things like that are just used constantly. But like high level math, you don't need to know high level math. You need to know math, but not high level math. There's a distinct difference between the two. Like, it's fine for, and it's also common for just kids to be like, hey, when the heck am I going to use Sherlock Holmes books in my daily life? Well, you're not. Okay? You're not. Flat out. But what's important is how it's written. It's just like, what else are you gonna do? And it's like when you read any literature and knowing how certain other literature is written, it can allow for you to understand higher level writing in general. So it's one of those things where it's just gotta, and like high, and like my, okay, so this is a very strong opinion I have. Please don't sacrifice me. Don't crucify me, please. But I think things like music and theater should be mandatory. Or music, theater, or art. One of those classes should be mandatory. Not just because I'm an artist, but not everybody wants to do sports. Sorry, I got an email to write shortly. Okay, sorry. But like music and theater and art are all creative things, because sports, some sports more than others, are creative endeavors. And because it requires you to think about what you're doing. Like, so I wrestle. I have stated this many, many, many times. I wrestle. I love wrestling. It is my number one sport. Okay? In that sport, you have to actively think about it. But you have to think really quick. It's my dad, he wrestles. But he described it best as chess with your body, which is probably an absolutely absurd thought, a weird way to describe it, but it's also super duper accurate. Because in a weird roundabout way, sports are creative. And as somebody who is a creative person, but I think it's important that people in school are taught, have to take one creative based class. And not just have it as an elective. AKA just something you can just choose. Like, I don't know. Maybe because it's just something very important to me as a person. I'm just someone who just cares a whole awful lot about things that most people don't care about or probably even acknowledge exist. Like I love theater. I'm kind of a theater kid. And that, like, it probably shows a little, not gonna lie, but like, to see people not as passionate or not even know what it is, it bothers me a little. Like, theater is one of the things I did to entertain people. Maybe because I'm basically an entertainer at birth, which is kind of funny considering, because, okay, I was born an introvert, okay? I did not talk to people. I hated talking to people. It's terrifying. I was scared of people, and people just didn't like really interacting. So, but I also wanted to be with people. If that makes any sense. Like, I was just really shy as a kid. Like, people were something I just didn't have much interaction with, so I was always a little nervous around them. And I'm still a little bit of that little kid, that person, that child me. Still, so sometimes I am her, you know? Sometimes I'm little baby Fire who gets really scared and nervous around people, especially people I don't know, meeting the first time, like, that kind of Fire. Like, I'm still her, you know, deep down. But, and I didn't, emotionally, this is gonna sound very violent, I didn't, like, kill her. I didn't kill that Fire. I just got better at it. And, I don't know, theater is just one of those ways where I can be whoever I want and be outlandish and say some stupid crap. And nobody's gonna bat an eye, think I'm super weird, and everybody's having a good time. That's something I really like about theater. Just, you can be whoever the heck you want to be. Though the most terrifying part is the audience. Like the audience, I feel like people always forget this. The audience, yes, is there for a good show, don't get me wrong. But the majority of that audience is there to support you. Especially if it's a school play. Oh my goodness. I remember one time I had an argument with somebody. And he's like, well, they're gonna judge me. I'm like, they're not gonna judge you. They're gonna walk up to you and tell you, you did a good job. And they're gonna show up the next night. Okay? Even if it was a dog crap play, they're gonna show up the next night just so they can support you. Like, anyways, my rant over about theater over. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, my attention's a little split right now. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things. But I think artistic endeavors, at least a 1 year requirement, or even a 1 semester requirement, important for people. Because creativity, in my opinion, is one of the most important things in life. Other than, self-preservation. So, yeah, just creativity. Like, it's kind of what keeps the world going. I mean, why do you think there's so many video games that come out every year? Somebody's bored and they thought of something. Why they're streamers? We're all bored. And like we want to entertain. I mean, I know I want to entertain. It feels like my calling. The calling from the heavens, the high heavens. I've said, Fire, you shall entertain those. Considering I'm not much of a believer in most faiths. Don't get me wrong, I do believe in a God, but it's not classified in a faith. Yeah, so I think religion is important. Religion isn't for me, but religion is important. Either religion or just a sense of community with people somewhere, which is why I think the internet's great. Because even if you are the most minority out there, if you can find a sense of community, then like everything will be a little bit better. Like, because community is just, it's something that everyone needs. Like, I feel like this hand looks, whatever, we're gonna let it be. But community is just one of those things that you literally can't go on without. Like, because it's just something you have to have. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just going insane and rambling into the darkness. Okay. Okay. Ugh. So, I don't know. Why do I always do this? Every single stream, I get into some in-depth topic that's like something that's super emotional and moving. Golly. I really do think too much. Look at this cute fox girl I'm drawing. Isn't she adorable? Yeah, but I do think these conversations are important to have. Yeah, it just feels like not enough people talk about it. But then again, that's also a very subjective point of view. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like people are like, well, this or that. You know what sucks? You know what really sucks? Is to know that at least the US is phasing out music programs, art programs, theater programs in favor for more science, math, literature. Like, it really makes me sad, because other than I am as an artist, those more creative outputs are basically essential, but it snuffs out creativity. It makes more people less creative. It makes more people less likely to think for themselves. Like, that's the core about creativity. It allows you to think for yourself. And don't get me wrong, even like some of the most creative people in the world will still need to lean on someone for help and maybe a little bit of guidance, but creativity also really allows you to be able to think for yourself, because like that's super important. It's kind of what makes it so you can be an adult. If you can think for yourself as somebody who is an adult and is like, well, X, Y, Z, you know, whatever. Like, that's what makes adults. They can think for themselves, you know? And I think creative outlets really help with that. Because I can't ask someone, if I am drawing, hey, what do I want to draw? Like, they can't tell me what I want to do. Because they could say, well, draw a dinosaur. Well, this can happen. Well, I don't want to draw a dinosaur. Like, you figure out how to do stuff for yourself. And that's really important. Like, I mean, I one of these days when I get a tripod, like I want to take everybody through a nice good old sketchbook tour. I have a lot of them. I do have to previously go through them, just so, cause my OCs share my name, and I need to make sure that's you don't see that. I mean, my name is my point still stands. I'd rather not accidentally dox myself, because child me didn't think I'd become a streamer in the modern age. Like, what child actually is probably more likely now that there are children who are like, Mom, when I grow up, I want to be a streamer. And their mom will be like, ugh, oh, what? It's like, yeah, I want to be a streamer. Or, I want to be a VTuber. Oh my goodness, if I have a kid and they come up to me and are like, I want to be a VTuber, I think I might have a heart attack. Like if I was a parent, like, in this age, and my child comes up to me and is like, Mom, I want to be a VTuber when I grow up, I think I might literally have a heart attack and die. Okay? Not that, like, being a VTuber is bad, but, like, it's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, child, please don't. That is a horrible idea. Like, that is probably be my reaction. To be like, child, wait till you're at least an adult. I mean, it's also just my humble opinion that if you're gonna make content online, you should be an adult. Because once you start getting big, you think people start coming to you. I haven't had that happen to me personally, because I have, 50 some odd subs? I only have 50 some odd people who care about me. Actually, it's closer to 60. Like, that's much better. But, content creation, I feel, should only really adults should do that. And there's also still plenty of adults who I don't think should touch the internet. But what do I know? Oh my goodness. But like, just one of those things where it's just, kids shouldn't create content online. Like, because people are weird. People are weird here. Which is fine. It's okay. But it's just they're a kid. They're not gonna know better. It's just one of those things where it's like, just would do you better if you just didn't. And I also share the opinion that kids under a certain age just shouldn't be online, or should be online way less. Like, just because there's weird people here. And I know it. I've interacted with some of them. On accident. I used to play Roblox, for heaven's sake. There's a lot of weird people on Roblox. Like, jeez. Kids under a certain age really shouldn't be online much. And yet, there's parents out there who are like, oh yeah, you can have a smartphone when you're like only in kindergarten, even younger than that now. Like, it's just... People, I swear, there are some parents out there that I would not mind smacking their face in and telling them, dude, what the heck are you doing? Don't let your child be online at that age. It's either that, or you really should watch what they're doing more. Because that's the thing. Like, parents don't watch what their kids are doing online anymore. Like, oh, they'll be fine. They'll know. No, they won't know. It's just one of those things. It's like, content creation should be for adults. Because kids do dumb stuff. And there's a lot of stuff online that's not great for kids. But, so like, it's really, really easy to accidentally stumble into a place where you're not supposed to be. Like, I'm an adult. And I've accidentally done that every now and then. And if you aren't ready, it can be scarring. Like I haven't been scarred by it, but like, it's really easy to accidentally stumble into some unwanted places. And if you're a kid and accidentally stumbling into such a place online, really can mess with you. And I'm saying this as somebody who spent a lot of time online, especially when they were younger. And like, I still spend a lot of time online. But like, it's a different kind of spin online. I don't know how I managed to be alright online. Probably because it was a little bit of a younger online than the current one. But like, doesn't change that, like, I was on Roblox. Roblox, for heaven's sake. I remember one time I got into an argument with some dude about DanTDM. Like, it's just, like, people can be weird, people can be dangerous. That's not to say never go online. Just watch where you go online. And if you're a parent, watch where your kid goes online. Like, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's a thing that I've kind of gotten a little more concerned about, more I actually think about on it. Because, like, there's no way you can just run away from it. it's online. It's becoming one. That's to say, that's like saying it's not already one with our society, but it's like, it is so heavily ingrained in our society that, like, you can't not have your kids online at all the time. It is literally impossible now. Okay? And especially after what happened with the whole COVID situation. Like, no one can not be online for whatever reason. Like, it just is. Like, it's inevitable. So, the next solution is to, well, have your solutions evolve with the changing social landscape. I don't like how these fingers look, but I'm too lazy to fix them. So, with kids and stuff, you just gotta warn them. And that doesn't mean they'll heed your warning, but it's better off than not doing anything at all. And yeah, Roblox is Roblox. I mean, I still have a love in my heart for Roblox, because I did spend a lot of childhood on it. But Roblox, that landscape's most certainly changed. Like, yeah. And it's just, yeah, the internet isn't the same internet it was 5 years ago, which isn't the same internet 5 years before that, and wasn't the same internet 5 years before that. Like, the internet changes almost daily now. Like, the landscape, like, is just so vastly different, like, almost every single day. It's kind of amazing to watch, actually. I mean, I know that's an overstatement. It's not every day. It's every week. But it doesn't change that the internet's not really a place where you can just be like, you can just wander it aimlessly, head empty, you know, no thoughts, head empty style, okay? you gotta pay attention. And it's just something that you can't, and it's sad that it's something that you can't avoid. And like, being completely internet unaware is also a bad thing. Like, you gotta find a balance, which is the long and short of all this. You just gotta find a balance. And if there's kids, you gotta have a more tighter grip on their balance of it until they're older to understand things and understand their actions and, you know, just stuff like that. Like, the internet ain't the same. It ain't a place where you can go to watch your, I mean, yeah, it's a place where you can go and watch funny cat videos, but you can't just stay there. You're gonna be suggested other stuff all the time. And you know what's funny? There was this game I play. Specifically, like, when I was bored. I did it with Google Images. Not much with my YouTube stuff. Though I did do something similar. But basically what I would do is basically click on the similar images or similar videos like this, or images like this, okay? And And I was able to get to some wonky places. Like, get some funny results, but like, so with Google Images, I would just pick, I type in a show that I liked, or a certain ship that I liked. I would type that in, and then I would find an image, and then I would tap on that image, and then I would pick another image from, and then another image and another image, but only similar images. Okay. So what happened with characters that were ships is it'd go from 2 characters to 1 character to 3 characters to 1 character, and then it changed shows too. Like if I had a character with blue hair and a character with red hair, like okay, I like these 2 characters, and then the images underneath would have more of the same characters, but there will be one image where it'll be one character has blue hair and the other character has red hair, but they're not the same characters as the ones I just picked. So it's a slight change, but the color palette's the same or similar. And that's what I would do in my free time. But because of a system like that, you can end up accidentally in some wonky places. And so it's a dangerous place to be now. Not a place where you can just do funny stuff. Which sucks. But there's still plenty of safe little havens, you know? Not everything on the internet is bad. I mean, heck, I make content on the internet. I can't have that opinion. But there's a lot of things on the internet to be wary of. I mean, there's a good chance that most of the people online are going to be completely different than how they portray themselves online. Okay? It's pretty difficult to just be, quote-unquote, yourself. Because if you are and you show imperfections, people will say stuff like, oh, it's fake. Oh, you must not actually have X thing. You're just a horrible person because of XYZ. You're such a liar. Which is really unfortunate. Like, it is super unfortunate. But that is sadly what a lot of the internet does. So you can't be yourself on the internet. You're always having to have to play a character. Which theater buffs are A-okay with. I mean, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with playing a character. But I also think veil breaking moments, you could say. Breaking the veil. Which is what this conversation is, I guess you could say. Breaking the immersion. Is kind of necessary. Because without moments like these, without people like Kiara from Hololive, for example, she does a lot of reality talks. And I very much appreciate her for doing it. Because she, for better or for worse, is a big name. That's also because she has a very reputable company behind her, too. So she's a little more well known than me. Like, to most people, I am literally a nobody. Like, I am a small person in a big world, and I can only grab the attention of a handful of people because I can't really advertise myself as well as I would like to. I just don't have, it's a mixture of not really having the time because I'm doing other things, and just, and like, I don't have the money because advertising yourself on YouTube isn't free. Fun fact. You actually do have to pay money. So, you can actually, basically buy a little, you've probably seen the ads on YouTube, where it's a content creator advertising themselves on YouTube with like the YouTube ad stuff. That actually costs money, okay? You can go into YouTube Studio, you can advertise yourself, and they'll be like, what's your budget? Okay? Yeah. That costs money. Costs money I don't really have much of. Because I, especially during around convention season, I'm already spending my money on other things that are more important. Don't get me wrong. To me, YouTube is very, very important. Okay? And if I could, I would spend my money on it. Just so I can get a handful more people to see me. Okay? Like, I would love to be able to spend more money. Okay? And like, at minimum, 100 USD. Okay? 100. And I do and I don't have 100 USD to just throw around. Like, I have enough to get prints for when I do conventions and for when I set up an online store. I'm getting that done slowly. There will be an online store to where you can buy prints from me. But like, just like, but like, doing that costs money, and I'm basically perpetually on a tighter budget. But because of that, I can't advertise as well as I would like. And I don't go on Twitter because I'm busy being everywhere else. And I can't take YouTube, I can't treat YouTube like it's a full-time job, which is effectively what you have to do if you want to actually, quote-unquote, be good or get good, okay? You have to treat YouTube like it's a full-time job, which I don't have the time to do. So, for a while, I'm basically going to be small unless if I somehow strike gold with something. Like, I'm going to be perpetually very, very small. Unless I, get a better computer. But, yeah, unless I join a company like HoloLive, okay? Like, that, otherwise I'm just gonna be small forever. And it's, and it's expected. Very, very expected. Because I'm incapable currently of treating YouTube like a full-time job. And I don't have the current funds to advertise myself more. Which sucks. But that's fine. I actually have no issues with this. And I know there's plenty of content creators out there who are like, I need more subscribers, I need the views, I need people to look at me, but I'm fine just chilling out here and being fine with my 50 some odd subs and being like, I'm not really making money, but at least I'm having fun. And which I think is the more important bit. To just have fun. Like, oh, hi there, sir. Like, it's just more important to have fun with what you're doing. Especially if you're not making money from it. More important that you have fun than trying to stress and overwork yourself to try and get people to look at you. It's just not worth it. You'll kill yourself at that rate. You'll fall on the floor dead. Okay? If you just try so hard to get people to look at you and you just don't have fun. Like, it's sad. Like, there's not really any other way other to say it's sad. Like, and this isn't to make fun of people who do that, but like, it's just, it's not healthy, first off, but like, it's not gonna make, and yeah, I know work in general isn't supposed to be fun. That's just something about just work. It's not supposed to be fun, but try and do your best, you know? You want to have as much as you can, especially if you're not making money. I used to work on a strawberry field, and that I treated as work. But I didn't get mad at the people who had fun. Because, I mean, I did think they were being wasteful. That is for sure something I did think. Oh my goodness. Like, they'd grab strawberries and throw them at each other, and that is a waste of money. And they really shouldn't have been there. But, side tangent. Anyways. But like, that I treated as work, as a job. Because I made money off of that. So if I had to sit out in that because this was a summer job for me, sit out on a hot summer day till midday, okay, till about 12ish o'clock, and pick strawberries, then, like, I would do it. Because I wanted my money. And where I worked, you would get paid by the flat. Okay, so, I know that won't make much sense unless I explain. So, a flat of strawberries, so when you pick strawberries, and you're selling them, you have this box. Each box is called a flat. In the flat, there is 6 of these little green bin things. Anyways, you put the strawberries in the bins. You want your flats to weigh about, it was about 11-ish pounds, okay, of strawberry, okay. And a flat, you could fill up about 2 flats per rows of strawberries. Depends on how big your rows of strawberries were. I don't know how big these rows of strawberries that I picked at were, but big enough. Anyways, but because that was a job, I treated it as a job. Well, as a part-time job, but I treated it as a job. I came, did my work, and I didn't do it just to try and have fun. Okay. And then I'd get paid every week. It was probably one of the worst, probably a really bad job. But I needed something, and it was local, and I could walk to it. I got blisters on my feet. That was the worst part. But literally, go out, pick strawberries, come home, eat lunch. And then on Fridays, I'd go, pick strawberries, and get my payment, get paid, go home, eat lunch. And I did a pretty good job. I did a good enough job, got paid, because it was like $10 or $20 we'd get paid per flat. We didn't get paid by the hour. No. We got paid per flat. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I got really good at picking strawberries. But that is besides the point. But because that was a job for me, I treated it as a job. If you look at, I mean, I do treat YouTube kinda as a job. But it's more like well, it doesn't matter as much what I'm doing. I mean, it does matter. Don't get me wrong. It matters a lot. But it's well, I'm going to try and improve this thing or that thing very, very slowly. Okay? At a snail's pace. Like my recent change in thumbnails. Like, that's a snail pace thing for me. Cause like I finished today's thumbnail. Not today. The thumbnail that was used for this stream. I finished that yesterday. Like, and so it's just one of those things where it's just I can't give myself to take it more seriously because I have no reason to take it more seriously. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love if my YouTube suddenly got super popular one day and people are like, oh, I really want to watch this one creator. Like, I would love if that were to have happened. Realistically, probably not. Not at what I'm currently doing. It's just not gonna happen. And I'm fine with that. Like, there are plenty of people who aren't fine with that and would be like, no, I want growth now. But growth, especially natural growth, is super slow. And you just need to just be patient. And if you really want to take it seriously, you take it more seriously. I'm in a position where even if I wanted to take it more seriously, I kind of can't actually. Because, I got other priorities going on. I'm trying to do stuff. Trying to set things up for a different kind of future that I want. It's a difference in desires, I guess you could say. Like, there's a lot. Like, there's just a bunch of different stuff that goes into everything. I think this looks good. Oh. Hi. Okay. But like, it's just, I don't know. Cause like, I just kind of, I kind of have a habit of playing most things by ear. Which I probably shouldn't do. But, sometimes that's just kind of what you gotta do. Cause playing things by ear is, it lets you be kind of prepared for almost anything. In a kind of roundabout way. Because if you play stuff by ear, it's just like, okay, you want to do that, that's fine. Or, well, what about this? Or, figuring stuff out as I go along. What else am I gonna do? plan everything. The only things I kind of have planned are what I want to do the next week for streams. And even then, right now, I'm kind of winging it because I've just been busy. I mean, I have a convention I'm going to, and I need to make sure my table partner pays me money. And I got a table. I got a full 8-foot table. And I'm like, I'll get an 8-foot table, we can share it. You just gotta pay me back half price. Okay? So you get half, I get the other half of the table. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, things just happen. Things aren't easy. No matter how much we may want them to be. And I wasn't this great of an artist when I was in elementary school. Oh my goodness. Elementary school me. It was, yeah, that was a time. I could tell some stories about me in elementary school. So when I was a kid, no, actually, when I was a kid, I had this obsession with cardboard boxes. Like, I wanted to build a cool box fort with, like, secret entrances, and, like, I just wanted it to look super duper cool. I even drew up a little sketch of it. And I was like, look at this. Isn't this the coolest, most amazing thing in the world? And my dad would be like, Fire? I'd be like, yes. It's like, you really need to talk about your box obsession. I'm like, what obsession? I don't have an obsession. And he's like, Fire. I know you're like 3. However, this obsession is getting out of hand. I'm like, what obsession? I'm not obsessing over anything. Yeah. I really like my boxes, okay? I kinda collected boxes to try and make a box fort. That was a thing. That was a whole thing. My dad didn't approve. I can't possibly imagine why. Yeah. Yeah. 3-year-olds, man. Okay. I want everything else to be actually like super duper colorful. I'm gonna do that. Contrast! Yeah! Oh, no, that's your skin. Oopsies. Sorry, that was your skin. But, yeah. Boxes. But I was given a box yesterday. Because, I'm selling more than just prints. And, like, didn't the other character I make have... We're gonna do this. But, like, boxes. Boxes. Boxes and boxes. I don't know why, but this looks like some teenage furry OC, but a little bit better drawn. Okay, we are going to give her some mint green hair. Also, I need to find the hole. The hole! Because I don't want her whole face to be mint green. I think it might be this hair strand. Yeah. Nice. But, yeah. Children. That would sound so weird out of context. When your hair is naturally mint green. Such a natural hair color, you know? But I just want a nice contrast against her clothes, which are variants of blue-gray. They're not gray. Oh, come on. And we could do a darker mint. This way. There we go. Look at that fox girl. I should give her fingernails. I'm not gonna do that. I don't intend to give her nails. Oh. Pink eye. It's singular, because she only has one eye. She's like a pirate. Arg. I don't get how I can heel turn from conversation topics so quickly. Wow, she is not very pale. Yeah, that's fine. Not like it was necessary to be pale in the first place. No, you absolutely has to be pale. And then we can do everything else. Wow, look at that color palette. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors. So simple. It is fire approved. Sadly, it's not fire resistant. I just spat everywhere. That is disgusting. Disgusting. And now I gotta make sure I cover up all these holes. Holy. You know, I watch, I used to watch artists, like, just speed paints, speed draws. I used to watch those all the time. And I'd always be like, why don't they just use the paint bucket tool? It's right there. Just never use it. Always bothered me. But I kind of get it if they're using a tool that, like, if you use the paint bucket tool, it just doesn't actually make anything easier. I mean, I love the paint bucket tool. It's like my favorite tool out there, as you can tell. And then I go back and, you know, fine tune everything, make everything actually look good. 'Cause but, like, you know, I used to always be like, as a kid especially, be like, why don't you just use the paint bucket tool? You can fill up everything in, like, super fast. Yeah. Probably not some words you should heed. I mean, like, I like the paint bucket tool. Don't like the smudge stick. Smudge stick tool is kind of... It's because of how it smudges. It smudges weird. So if I actually wanted a nice blend of colors, I would use actually probably the airbrush tool. Airbrush! Cause then, like, it's already fanning out in color, you know? So, like, it'd be easier to basically make a nice fade of colors. Or use the actual gradient tool. I mean, that works too. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, maybe I should join a company, like become a company VTuber. Join Hololive. Not Niji Sanji. Oh my goodness, I have been watching them burn their EN branch and that whole crap show. I've been watching it from the sidelines. It's been kind of amazing. It's like watching a train wreck happen in slow motion. But it's not in slow motion, it's all happening in real time. Anyways, but like, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should become a company VTuber. And then I think about the 50 some odd people who have subscribed to my channel. And then I'm like, even though like one or two of them show up to my live streams every time, I feel bad. Cause I don't want to actually give up the people who are here because of me. Like, I mean, there's only a couple of explanations as to why anybody would actually pay attention to me. It's because they like watching me. They like watching FireCreeper. Correction. They like watching FireCreeper 1015. 1015. Very, very specifically. And it makes me happy. It genuinely does. Because, like, I care and love my community. Even though, like, I don't post on my community tab very often. I mean, I try to, but I'm always busy doing something else. But to see my little flamelings, my fans, to come by and at least support me, when they can, you know? I mean, it's just, I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. 'Cause sometimes I can't help but think that I'm not very special. You know, I mean, I'm another content creator, and there are literally hundreds of thousands of others who are probably just like me. I'm probably better at art, or chatting, or paying attention to chat than I am. You know, but it makes me really happy to see people who want to come by and watch me draw anime girls and talk about anime girls when on guys' free time, because I think people's time is very, very precious. It's not something you're gonna get more of. And as much as I may know how to waste time, I don't suggest it. I really should have taken more care of treasuring the time I had in high school. But I still have plenty of time left. I mean, I don't expect me to get, I don't know, killed tomorrow. That would be very, very unfortunate. But, like, it's just spending your time, the small little VTuber, I think is very, very important. And I know it makes me happy. Not just because views are nice. Number go up. I'm joking. But it's because it's almost impossible to not get the thought of there's better people who are bigger who you would be able to throw your money at. Because, okay, the thing with YouTube, if you're literally too small of a channel, you can't make money off of YouTube. Like, you literally can't. You can't get ad revenue, you can't get super chats, you can't have memberships if you are literally too small. And I am literally too small. Okay? And, like, YouTube, because of that, you know, and I know there's some people who watch VTubers basically so they can throw money at them, which I think, not gonna lie, is an absurd concept to me. Okay? Absurd. But, like, there's always someone else who's better, so to say. There's always someone else who can do what I do better. And there is. And I know people like certain VTubers because they are small. Because it's a little more personal. Which is kind of a little bit inevitable when you're a smaller VTuber. Or just YouTuber in general, actually. I say VTuber because that is what I am, technically. So, but, it's inevitable when you're smaller to have a little more of a personal connection to your fans. Which is actually why I kind of don't give out my Discord, or I do have a YouTube specific Discord that I've made for a different purpose. But, like, it'll become too personal. And I kind of really suck at, like, replying to others, for example. Like, if somebody were to message me on Discord and, like, there's a good chance that I might just not see you, or, like, see what you messaged, or if you do message me, I'll just not know what to say and end up saying nothing at all. Like, that's pretty common for me. So I don't want to ever give out a Discord that people can contact me on, because I just get super nervous. Get super nervous and shy, which may seem a little absurd when it's me, FireCreeper, same FireCreeper who will talk to just about anybody. Like, I don't know, something about online just makes me more nervous. I don't know what it is. Like, I legit don't know what it is. Like, I'm just more nervous about a lot of things suddenly, and it's kind of funny, but, like, it's a thing, and it's just, yeah, and I like the sense of community here. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong here. I do like a little sense of community. But that doesn't change that I don't want to end up seeming like I'm super close with fans, and then suddenly I'll get big or something, and suddenly that closeness disappears. It kind of has to disappear, you know, when it gets to that point. Like, it's just what has to happen. Like, it's super sad, super unfortunate. Don't get me wrong. But a bigger YouTuber cannot risk being too close with fans. Like, being close with fans is fine, but it's easy to accidentally get too close, if that makes sense. So there has to be an air of, you're my fan, I'm the content creator, we can't cross this line. Okay? And for smaller creators, it's a little more difficult to set such a line. And that's A-okay. It's just, you gotta be able to acknowledge when you get bigger that there is a line that cannot be crossed between creator and fan. You know? Like, caring about your fans, very good. It's good to care about your fans. Your fans tell you something super important. You can, if, let's say someone's going through a hard time, and I've seen this a couple of times with some clips I've seen, but they send a very heartfelt super chat. It's fine to read that super chat and tell them, give them something encouraging. That is fine. It's fine to care about your fans. It's kind of expected to care about your fans. It's just a how close should you get to your fans. So, I don't know. Jeez, why am I going back to this topic all the time? Oh my goodness. But, like, I care a lot about my fans, and I just want people to keep supporting me, even though I only stream once a week. And there's probably people who are better, but I stream once a week and I do my best. I try to have everything as best quality as I can. Make an attempt, but sometimes it's almost not possible. You know, it's just life. Oh, woe me. Yeah, I mean, how, okay. I need to stop thinking for like 5 minutes straight. Oh my goodness. I can't. I have another half hour left. Okay. My brain keep going burr. That's when it goes. Golly, I am going to drink some apple juice now. Oh boy. Yeah. Apple juice for the soul. Though I like orange juice more. Ay vey. Okay. So, next week, I'm gonna be playing Terraria. I actually got a thumbnail almost drawn. It looks really good. So far, I kind of want to show it to you guys, but I also don't. I'm in a dilemma. But I made a cool looking thumbnail, and I really am proud of how it's coming out, and I do want to, and I kind of can't actually wait for you guys to. I'm more excited about the thumbnail than what I'm gonna do. It's a very nice looking thumbnail. Okay, I put a lot of time into it. Makes me happy. Okay, I am happy with it, and I just need to finish inking and coloring it. I've drawn the sketch. Sketch looks great, and I've inked a good amount of it. It looks great. But yeah. 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 Actually, I should just do... Boom. Fill it up with the bucket. Behold, the bucket. Yeah. Ugh. Jeez. But I'm gonna run some experiments. I need to pester my housemate. If I could borrow his what is it called? Capture card. That's what it is. I couldn't remember the name of it earlier. A little embarrassed. But his capture card. I'm gonna borrow it. I want to borrow it. And then after, because I have some experiments I want to run that involve capture card. And if it runs a-okay and it doesn't lag the crap out of my computer or something, I hopefully in the future really want to do this in the near future, but hopefully be able to play fun games on my PS4. I can show you all the magical world of Code Vein and all the reasons why I love it. So yeah, and we can play, and I can play River City Girls, which, like, it's River City Girls. And yeah, and more games and stuff. Cause the games on my computer struggle when I try and play them and have any recording going on. Like Deep Rack. Like, I love that game. I would love to stream it. When I've done recording tests, it just can't. It's like, stop. I'm like, no, I want to Kool-Aid Man my way through walls and stuff. That's like my number one thing I like to do. It's just Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. You know, there's a Deep Rock Galactic board game. I've played it. It's actually not too bad. Rock and Stone. Rock and Stone to the bone. Tee-hee. But, like, I would love to stream Deep Rock and Code Vein. Like I've said. I just love Deep Rock and Code Vein. And I can do Astroneer and other stuff. I got things I want to do, but I don't currently have the means to do it. I am in pain and agony. I have things I want to do that I can't do. Rip me. I just want to show people the things I like. And hopefully I can get a tripod soon enough. And I can build Gundams on stream. Cause I have 4 Gundams. 2 are SD Gundams though. That I would love to build on stream. However, I need a tripod. So, but I'm gonna get around to that eventually. But first, I have to get money. But no, actually, I'd be able to get one soonish. I have other things I have to do first, anyways. But I haven't built my Gundams yet. Because I'm like, I really want to build these on stream. And I have a way to do hand cam. However, I need a tripod. So, I'm gonna get that together at some point in the future. And I'm gonna build Gundams. And y'all gonna listen to me talk about the greatness of Gundam Wish from Mercury. Curse that show, it made me fall in love with Gundams. Dang it. It has brought me back to my Voltron days. I used to watch the old Voltron. I don't know how many of you guys remember, but I used to watch the older Voltron. I haven't seen an episode of the new Voltron at all. Like, the Voltron remake. I have not watched a single episode of any of that. But I watched the old Voltron. And man, that thing was my jam. I loved it. It was my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Gundam from Wish from Mercury. Like, it like slapped me with all my old nostalgic love for robots. And also is Yuri. Like, dang it, I love the series. I will rant to people for non-stop 4 days on end about the greatness of Gundam Witch from Mercury. Because I love Gundam Witch from Mercury. I actually have the aerial Gundam. And I have... So the two unbuilt Gundams are actually for the same character. Because the first one gets absolutely obliterated by the MC. As an FYI. It's great. Anyways. I love Witch from Mercury. But I have Gundams, and I want to build those on stream. And I have this love for robots. But it's not just any robots. No. They're giant war robots that beat the ever-living crap out of each other. Oh, and I also have Gundam Breaker. For PS4. And dang it, I love it. So I want to play that for everybody. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't remember everything. So it'll be like a first playthrough, almost. I remember a little bit, but not much. I know it was like, because you basically got two Gundam verses, okay? One where Gundams are actual giant robots that beat the ever-living crap out of each other, and the other is literal toys. And okay, you go into like a simulation, and you beat everyone else's Gundams with your Gundam. It's great. I love it. And it's amazing. I love Gundam, and like building Gundams. I don't know what it is, but building Gundams just makes me super happy. And then okay, I also would love to do like to build a magic card deck on stream, hand cam, cause I have a lot of magic cards and sleeves. I mean, could do like the pack openings for like Pokemon cards, basically that, but instead of Pokemon cards, it's Magic the Gathering. And I want to do, I don't know what they're called now. I used to know them as bundles, but like fat packs, whatever. But basically, it's a box, okay, and it has a bunch of booster packs in it. I don't remember how many. I mean, you could get one of those, but you can actually get a bigger one, which has 100 booster packs in. I think it's a cube box. So yeah. Anyways, I love Magic the Gathering. FYI. But like, I would totally love to build some Magic decks on stream. all in person. Because I don't have Gathering Online, and I don't think you can. I would have basically would have to rebuy all my cards, which I don't want to do. Like, I have over 100 cards. Like, and I have to. So when you go to the store to buy booster packs, they come in a box. So I have 2 boxes where you would buy booster packs. 2 of them filled to the brim with lands, which are very basic cards. Like, just land. Like, it's a lot. I'd love to show everyone my little collection. And it would be amazing if I could just build build decks. So like I just, cause like, okay, so I have some decks I'm gonna build. And they're gonna be themed. So I'm gonna be building a rat deck. And so I have these iris and base leaves. And I know I talked about this incident, but I didn't get enough of them. I'm gonna buy more of them. Anyways, I have these iris and base leaves. Okay? I need 100 of them. But I'm gonna build 2 commander decks. One is going to be a demon angel deck. And the other is gonna be a rat deck. And I'm gonna sleeve them in the respective sleeves. The rat deck goes to Bay, and the angel demon deck is Iris's. It's funny. It makes me laugh. Like, it's so stupid. But like, it's funny, okay? It's funny. And if I ever, this would be a distant future thing. If I were to ever do any sort of collab with anyone from Hololive, I would want them to see the Bay and Iris commander decks that I built. Like, I don't know, it's something. Let's see. I don't see that bottom message very well. Yes. So, want some Bay and Iris stuff. I have really fallen down the rabbit hole. I've been in the rabbit hole for so long. And now that there is a new gen out too. Okay, to me, haven't still basically just debuted. But no, they've been around for 1 whole year. I'm like, whoa! Like, oh my goodness. I don't get why my messages aren't showing on my chat filter. Scams you much. Okay, there we go. I look up and I see that there's more messages on my thing. I'm like, I can't see my messages. Not the messages, but like the chat. I can't see chat. I'm blind. I can't see chat. I'm talking to nobody. It's fine. I can talk to nobody for eons. But now I can see chat. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna shade. Okay. Boop 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 boop. There we go. Okay. And then, but yeah, I have things I want to do. I have so many things I want to do. If me ranting about Magic the Gathering wasn't enough, I should do a Magic stream. Magic the Gathering. Yeah, makes me happy. I like Magic. Magic is actually a game I grew up with. So Magic's already been around for a while. Yu-Gi-Oh is actually based on Magic. So my dad, he got me into Magic and D&D. So you can blame all of my rantings and ravings about Magic or D&D on my dad. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. But yeah. So my dad got me into Magic and D&D, and yeah, that's a thing. So, and I love Magic and D&D, and it just makes me very happy. Like, okay, I hate playing Magic against my dad. As an FYI, he's like really, really good. I think he wanted to try and go national, international with Magic, but I think it was my mom. She's like, no, don't do that. And so he didn't. But now he's like, I really should have just done it anyways. I'm like, missed opportunity, man. It's like how my dad and I communicate to each other 99% of the time. He'll say something and I'll be like, yeah, that's right, man. It's alright. We make each other cringe. All the time. It's great. I love my dad. He's great. He's a good guy. He's also super duper smart. Like, as an FYI, he's super duper smart. Papa Creeper. Ugh, that sounds gross to say. I don't know what I could call him on stream. I should call him Dad. Dad. Father. Yeah, he's great. He's a good dude. He's a good guy. And but he's also a massive nerd. And it's kind of funny. So he has an RBF. So people always think he's so mad. And then like the amount of complete and utter shock. Because my dad has a very hearty laugh. So my dad's a teacher. Okay. So some of his students are my friends. So when they come over to my house, and my dad's chilling out, he's like, he'll like be watching like Seinfeld or Saturday Night Live sometimes on YouTube. He'll be watching that, and then he'll give out this nice hearty laugh, and my friends are like, "Whoa, your dad can laugh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what did you think he was, a robot?" It's great. They're like, "I don't think we've ever heard your dad laugh before." And another time, it was kind of funny, cause like, it was a wrestling tournament, so I have wrestling buddies, okay. And by the way, wrestling, like, greatest sense of community there. Oh my goodness, I love it. Like, after you beat the crap out of each other, you're all just a bunch of friends. At the end of the day, it's amazing. Anyways, one of my wrestling buddies, she's like, yeah, I see you at tournaments, but I always get so too scared to come up to you because your dad always looks so ticked off. I'm like, oh, he's just chilling. I'm like, he's just probably just thinking to himself. He's not actually angry. She's like, oh, okay. Just has this very strong RBF. But I'm like, he's just a massive nerd, guys. He's just a big nerd. We'll talk to you about whatever it is. Anything, really. He's kind of like one of those people who will just, like, we'll talk to you about any topic. And it'd be like, this is fine. You'll somehow gain some sort of extra insight in something. You don't know what that something is, but you somehow have better insight into it. It's amazing, actually. So, yeah. He's good. But he's also a massive nerd. We also make short jokes to each other. There was one time where I was trying to get a bowl. And so I am below average height. Okay. Well, actually, I'm barely in average height, technically. Standard array and stuff. Anywho, I'm really short. Okay. And what happened one time was I was reaching for a bowl. Because we decided to put our bowls on, like, the top, not the top shelf. So I was in a house designed for most average height people. People that are taller than me. And it was funny because, like, I was reaching, and my dad walks by, because how our house was at the time, you had to go through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. And he walked by, and he looks at me, and he's like, hey, shorty. And then just keeps walking. I'm like, dang it, Dad. Like, aren't you also short? He's like, yeah. And then he goes into the bathroom. It's like, dang it. He called me short. Yeah. Just dads. Other than dad jokes, they will also call you short when they themselves are also short. Can't get a double check that everything's alright. Yeah. But, like, a lot of my family is very, music and art oriented. So, like, when I was younger, and even now still, not as much now, but, like, especially when I was younger, I'd wake up in the morning to smell the pancakes, but also, what is it? It was, I'd also wake up to the music of a bunch of 80s and 90s. It was, I distinctly, what is it? Hard in a blender. Watch it to soon. Oblivion. What? Who did that one? Who sang that one? Oh my goodness. But also, Green Day. Plenty of Green Day. Oh my goodness. I can't think of it right now. This sucks. Like, I can't think of it. Ooh, okay. It's gonna bother me for the next who knows how long. Okay. uh, the cranberries. They were there. I'd wake up to them. Head no work. No thoughts, head empty. Oh my goodness. Big Bad Voodoo Daddies was one of them. One of the bad bands. That can't be it. Can it? I can't think of it. I just can't. What is it? Oh, okay. My head. I can hear it in my head, but but I can't hum it because I just. Anyways, plenty of music. I'd wake up to in the morning, but when it was always whenever my dad was cooking, he'd put on some. Oh, I forgot to do this one. No. But he would always put on some music from his generation, and he'd be like, "Fire, you're gonna know my music." Be like, "Okay, I like your music anyways." It's like, good. He'd be like, "Otherwise I'd have to disown you." And I'm like, "No." My dad makes some of the best pancakes out there. You can't tell I love my dad. He's great. He's a good man. He's very nice. But yeah. I have Drew. I have Drew, I think. It is a mint fox girl. Well, I got to get going. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about nonsense. Have fun. Be safe. Don't die. And I will see everyone next week for some Terraria. Yeah. Have a good week, everyone. Bye bye.